Amp analysis. Hello, I'm Master Marslander, and this is the Woo Audio WA7 Fireflies 3rd generation. This pretty little silver box is a hunk of tube loveliness and a meticulously designed all-in-one amp DAC audio solution. Woo Audio is known for making some of the most stunning audio hardware out there in the market today, and they just so happen to have a Black Friday sale going on right now, including the WA7 here at a discount. So if you are interested in that, you will find a link to their online storefront in the description below. The WA7 here was provided to us by Woo Audio, so thank you very much, Woo Audio. We appreciate you. And as always, all thoughts and opinions about this device are going to be my own. The 3rd generation WA7 Firefly. Man, oh man, what an incredibly well-made thing. Oh my gosh. It's pretty hefty. It's super solid. So to help me handle this, I'm actually going to take off the protective glass here. We'll talk a little bit about that in a minute, but here it is. Here it is. Yeah, that's much easier to handle right there. Wow. So the body here is one solid block of anodized aluminum, and it comes in, as you can see, a silver finish, but a black finish is also available. And then the cover here, this piece, which is used to kind of protect the tubes, is high clarity glass. This is not acrylic. I always thought this was acrylic when I was looking at pictures of this thing, but no, this is actual glass. And yeah, it is very clear and big honkin' heavy piece of glass to go with your big honkin' heavy piece of aluminum. And as you can see, the glass is removable. If you don't want to use the glass, you certainly don't have to, but it does kind of bring the whole thing together. It is a Class A amplifier with a built-in DAC. We'll talk a bit more about that in a moment. The tube sockets for the WA7 are, and I'm going to have a hard time pronouncing this, bear with me, polytetrafluoroethylene, so premium PTFE tube sockets. And then the tubes themselves are self-biasing 5963 12AU7 tubes. The WA7 3rd generation incorporates an internal power supply. This is new for the 3rd generation. And this big honkin' thing, solid aluminum, solid honkin' piece of glass, put that right back on there like so. This whole thing weighs in about 8.5 pounds or nearly 4 kilograms. It's a bludgeoning weapon. On the front panel, we have dual outputs, 1/4 inch and 4.4 millimeter balanced, as well as the volume dial, which is very smooth, a very linear dial, and the line tolerance on this thing is insane. Look at how well this dial fits into the chassis of this amplifier. The build and machining on this is just incredible. On the rear panel, we have a USB Type-B for the DAC connectivity, RCA inputs, a power switch, AC power inlet, RCA and USB input selection switch, and new to the 3rd generation model is this pre-out panel so that we can use the WA7 as a preamp. The amplifier's output is up to 1.5 watts through the 4.4 balanced output. I couldn't find specifics on the 1/4 inch output, but it does run 300 ohm HD600s plenty loud at about 2 o'clock on the dial here through that 1/4 inch output. As for the DAC, it is a ES Saber DAC chipset powered by Exmos X Core Audio. It has support up to 24-bit, 384 kilohertz PCM, and up to DSD 256. And the DAC is completely driverless, so it is just plug and play, super easy, and compatible with PC, Mac, Android, and iOS devices. Included is, of course, the WA7 itself, as well as the 12AU7 tubes. You get, of course, the glass protector, as we've examined already. But you also get these little anti-slip, little like rubber pads that you can put on there so that the glass doesn't slip around. As you see, mine has a tendency to kind of wobble about, and to keep that from happening, they do provide you with these little sticky, rubbery kind of feet that you could put underneath the glass to keep it from wobbling around. Obviously, I have opted not to do that because I prefer the really clean look of just the see-through glass. You get your standard 125 volt power cable, a cleaning cloth, and this standard USB-C OTG to USB-B cable, which, let me tell you, is fine except for one problem. It's extremely short. This cable is way too flippin' short. I mean, I don't know, it's like not even 3 feet long, I don't think. So you need to have this thing either ridiculously close to your source, like your PC or whatever, or you need to opt for a longer USB Type B cable. Because yeah, this is just too short. Not a fan. To get a solid idea of exactly how the WA7 might make your headphones sound, I tested it extensively with the Sennheiser HD600, a headphone that notoriously pairs very well with most tube amplifiers. You run the 600 on a tube amp and it's just kind of a magical, wonderful experience. And really quick, you might notice that this is not the stock cable for this headphone at all, but it's a really, I'm going to take a minute to talk about this. This cable is from Dakoni. Yes, that Dakoni. Now this isn't sponsored at all. I just happen to have a set of these cables and I think they're really rad. Dakoni, they're known for their ear pads, but they've expanded a lot. They are no longer just the ear pad brand. They're trying to go for more of a headphone accessory brand. They're this modular system where you can have a cable for your amplifier end and a cable for your headphone end, and then they click and snap together in a locking system. It's modular so that you can just kind of have different cables for different amps or different cables for different headphones. It's really, really cool. And yeah, I just wanted to kind of take a minute to show this off because I think that these cables are freaking great. Good job, Dakoni. So for the HD600s here, pairing them with the WA7 provides more width, more depth, more separation, even more so than the TA26S that I have or the Quicksilver Audio headphone amp. It also adds this kind of coarseness, this tactile texture to the sound, and of course a very pleasant and relaxing kind of warmth kind of drizzled all over it, but it's not overly smooth. It retains its complexity. The WA7 just makes the HD600s here that much more of a musical, textile, and luscious sounding headphone. So obviously the HD600 paired beautifully with the WA7, but here are a couple of other headphones that I thought made for a really compelling pairing with the WA7, including the Klipsch Audio HP3. Oh man, I love this headphone. This headphone has always sounded its best on a tube amp, much like with the HD600s. It just seems to pair remarkably well with tube amplification, and the WA7 is no exception to that. It's more spacious, more airy, more open. It just makes it sound more grandiose. There's a smooth sort of warmth added to your low end to help elevate and extend your bass range without oversaturating it. The WA7 just makes what is already a very musical and very artisanal sort of headphone even that much more so. And another pairing that I was surprised to enjoy as much as I did was the HIFIMAN HE1000 Unveiled. As a final adventure for the 1000s before I had to send them back home, I got to enjoy them on the WA7. And just look at them. They look like they were purposely made for each other. This is just one of the most handsome audio setups that I have ever seen. Beautiful. The WA7 extended the width and depth of the 1000s, but it also added this kind of gritty crunch to the bass. While there are certainly better matches for the 1000 Unveiled out there tonally, I still found this pairing to be very enjoyable, with the WA7 being able to drive the 1000s with ease. This is easily one of the best built things that I have ever had in this studio. The machining and line tolerance of this thing is just incredible, and it could not be a more solidly built thing than it is. It's beautiful, and it's got this subtle and minimalist kind of design to it that'll make it look handsome in just about any audio setup. And the addition of the preamp option in the 3rd generation here really adds value to what was already a really compelling device. It's plenty powerful and was able to drive almost everything that I threw at it, the exception maybe being the original tungsten. That might not be the best pairing, but everything else it drove like so easy, like cake. And the built-in DAC sounds totally competent. It could not be easier to use. So this makes the WA7 a beautiful, insanely well-made, and highly capable tube amp and amp DAC all-in-one combo solution for your desktop audio. So if you need to save some real estate on your desk and you want to look really freaking good doing it, here you go, WA7. It's great. It's absolutely fantastic. A quick reminder that the WA7 as well as other products from Woo Audio are on sale right now with Woo Audio's Black Friday sale. There's a link in the description once again if you want to go check that out. Thank you very much to Woo Audio for supplying the WA7 to us for this video. We appreciate you, and thank you very much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this, and I will see you again soon.